Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic reading, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader of the Center for Spiritual Living Common Ground, formerly known as Greater Baltimore, Columbia. Today is December 30th, and I'm closing out the year reading from the Just for Today Daily Reader. Now here's what it offers us for December 30th. Sometimes it seems as if we are growing much too slowly. We struggle. We wrestle with the same problems. We labor under the same uncomfortable feelings day after day. We wish that we would move a little faster so we could find some comfort. Wishing doesn't work. What does give us relief is action and prayer. There's a phrase that I learned in Science of Mind when I was in my practitioner studies: treat and move your feet. Treatment relating to affirmative prayer. And treatment in the sense of healing thoughts that are much like a broken bone misaligned. Thoughts that are conditioned, thoughts that are inaccurate, that are simply not true in the spiritual truth of who we are. And so, when I'm living in misalignment, when I'm living in the sense of separation, when I'm living in conditioned thinking as if it's accurate rather than, okay, this is a function of humanity, but it's not the truth of my being, I keep bumping up against the same stuff. And, there was recently somebody shared with me this incredibly beautiful reading that is much too long to share this morning, but I will summarize it as the title, I believe, was Waiting is Holy. And what the reading was talking about was how we can feel frustrated, and then in the blink of an eye, it's like something miraculous happened. And what we're failing to realize is that the waiting was the time we were being prepared. And one of my favorite lines in the reading is that the waiting was the time of preparation for what we could not hold a moment sooner. And I feel that in my bones. I feel that in the center of my being. That what feels like waiting is me being grown, is me being prepared, is me being readied. And when I can lean into that, then that informs my prayer work. And then that informs my doing. And then it becomes that cycle of reciprocity, of circulation, where my being informs my doing, which informs my being, which informs my doing. And I call it life. So I offer you that this morning as we move to close out another calendar year tomorrow. And I'm not even sure of the significance of that anymore. The more I live in the moment, the less the markers on the calendar mean. And I'm still very much here on planet Earth. So I'm finding space to be fully in the human experience and fully know my spiritual truth at the same time. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. So I'm going to read our reading one more time, take us into our time of meditation. Sometimes it seems as if we are growing much too slowly. We struggle. We wrestle with the same problems. We labor under the same uncomfortable feelings day after day. We wish that we would move a little faster so we could find some comfort. Wishing does not work. What does give us relief is action and prayer. And so just breathing in, I recognize that it is the breath of life breathing me, breathing itself as me. That there is one power everywhere present, one singular substance that is the source of all that is seen and unseen, all that is known, infinite intelligence that holds all of life together, from the cosmos to the most microscopic form of itself. One substance, one creation, expressing infinite possibility in multiplicities of form, and yet never separate from itself. Nowhere to separate two in one. There's no other place to go. No other time to be there. There is only here, only now. We know it by many, many names: God, life, love, Great Spirit, Yud-He, Vav-He, the Great Mystery. By whatever name we know it, it is more than can ever be comprised in a single finite name. And being the singular substance of all creation must contain it, must be it animated, individualized, in form. And so I know that I am that I am a one of a kind, never to be repeated, intentional, purposeful desire of this infinite beingness to experience itself as me and as this life that I live, fully empowered with choice. Choice free of guilt, shame, and blame. This is the nature of grace in which I live, move, and have my being. And what is true of me is true of all creation. And so I know the speed with which we grow is perfect. I know the waiting isn't waiting at all. It is Spirit expressing, and it is holy and sacred. That it is part of that divine perfect order. That everything really is right on time. That here and now is the perfection of creation expressing. That past and future are simply ideas of humanity to structure this human experience. So I claim and affirm that I live in and have my being in a state of awareness of now. A state of awareness of gratitude that I am always being prepared. That I am always open to receive that which I am prepared to receive. That I am open to grow beyond my wildest imagination, beyond all of the limits of my human conditioning. I am open to being all that I am. I am. And I am grateful. I'm grateful for the activity of law, that mechanical operation in the creative process, that action. So I treat, I pray, knowing that the action is just as immediate as the prayer, that every prayer is a yes, that every prayer is responded to perfectly, completely, instantly made manifest. And so rather than looking for it, rather than minimizing it, I simply open to be shown. I open to be aware. I live from the understanding, from the embodiment that it already is. That there's no place to look for it, but simply to open myself to see what is already made manifest. To claim it as my own. And so knowing that it's already done, knowing that it's already present, I give up looking for it. I let go of all of the restricted thinking in my brain. I let go and I be. Knowing that as I be it, I see it. I become it. I be it. I see it. I become it. I be it. I see it. I am it. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amin. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.